Welcome to the Team Engagement Podcast, where leaders of teams share their insights. Brought to you by Blue Sky Business Consulting. We discuss 5 questions in about 15 minutes. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the Team Engagement Podcast. We are always excited to have you join us each week for another episode, and I'm very excited for our guest today. This is Kasper Sierslev, and he is from Denmark, and he is the CCO of Zeit. And Kasper, thank you so much. I apologize if I butchered your last name, but I gave it a shot there. But I appreciate you staying up late, because it's late where you're at, to record this episode. What would you like the audience to know about Zeit?
Well, Zeit is kind of a new kind of company. So we build and run in-house agencies. So I have a long career, both from the advertising industry and then from building in-house agencies within companies like Maersk and Georg Jensen and so on. And then I realized that we needed to do something differently. So we've taken all the best things from in-house agency, where you're close to the company, know the products and so on, and the best from external agencies, the processes, the workflows, getting people in, switching around from site to site, as we call it. So that's what we do. We build and run these in-house agencies. Sorry for the long introduction.
Oh, no, that's great. I appreciate the explanation, but I like that a lot. Well, that sounds fantastic, and I'm looking forward to our discussion. So let's jump to it here. Our first question, Kasper, as a business owner or as a business leader, how do you know when it's right for the company to pivot or to change course in some way?
So I don't know, actually. But to be fair, we have this strategy that we actually stole from a guy called Nassim Nicholas Taleb, I think he's pronounced, who wrote about anti-fragileness. And that's really, it's not about being strong and just stand there. It's about sensing the market and adjusting accordingly. So we're always listening to what our clients, what our competition says. Every year we do a big study called the in-house barometer, where we talk to, last year I think it was like 1,500 people, to know what's the issues with in-house, why are people going in-house, why are people doing something else. And that's kind of our guideline to how to adjust our business. So I really don't know, but the anti-fragileness is really something we talk a lot about. We have 3 guiding principles. One is simplicity. So we have to build everything we do. Whenever we decide to do something differently, it has to be simple, so we can understand it and we can tell it. And the last one is transparency, because we have to be honest and tell people how it is. And if we kind of do things in a dodgy way, we will it's easier to remember the truth. I guess that's stick to the truth. It's easy to remember.
Well, I like what you said about sensing the market. I thought that was a great way to phrase it, that when we need to pivot, we kind of have to have a sense for the market and what's happening. And I like that you talked about your products, your people, your customers, and your competition, and kind of what's going on there. I thought that was some great advice. All right, let's go on to question number 2. Is there a core value that your company has that you'd like to share that helps you to make decisions, and how does it help you to make decisions?
Well, our core, we actually have different core values, but the most important one is what we call better together. And that's really what this is about. So we believe that we are building in-house agencies, so we are better with our clients because we sit next to them, but we're also better together with the other agencies that we build. So we have social media managers in one agency and one in another that can talk together. So I've been at in-house agencies where we were like 5 people in the creative department, and the rest of the company was doing something else. So really knowing if you were ahead of the curve and doing something really amazing, or you were 3 months behind everything, or 3 years behind, we didn't know. So being better with all our companies and a bit better with our clients is really what's important for us. So the better together, is really what we talk about. We think it works better when you put the right people together. They work together. It's simple, but it's a nice way to phrase the collaborativeness of it.
Oh, I love that. I love that value of better together. I think that makes so much sense. And it's broad enough that it can encompass a lot of different ideas and different applications, but it's narrow enough that it helps you to guide, hey, are we doing things better because we're working together? And I love that. I love that sentiment. Thank you for sharing that. Go
Also
ahead.
use it in terms of, diversity, to try bring people in with different backgrounds, ethnicity. It's different. It's difficult in Denmark. We are mostly white people, but no, honestly, we try to bring people in from different places, different backgrounds, because that's how you foster great ideas, I think.
I agree. And I love that addition that you added there about that includes a lot of inclusivity and diversification and so forth, because we are better when we include all of those different ideas and different perspectives. I think that's fantastic. All right, well, question number 3. What's one tip that you have to help people find and then hire talent?
Well, I worked a couple of years in a company where we focused a lot, that was our core business, on employer branding. And I kind of at the end gave up on it because, employer branding is branding. So whenever you do something internally or externally, it's all branding of your company. So I think, yeah, authenticity, be who you are. We do weird stuff. I played the double bass at our Christmas party for all the people and sang, and we are us. So instead of trying to be, business managers and tie up, we try to be true to ourselves. And I think that's also, reflects on our employees. They are different people. They have different values. So when we try to be honest about this, we also have a lot of fun or wit in our communication. We play with the word, sight, all the time in the headlines. Like we have, I think one at the moment say love at first sight or something like that. So it's a lot about, fun and having that glint in the eye, so to speak. And I think that reflects, in what we're doing, that it's advertising. It's not that serious. And I think that attracts people, actually.
Yeah, it attracts the kind of people that you're looking for, the people that will have fun and work hard and do all of those things that you just talked about. So I think that's great. Very good. All right, question number 4. In your company, how do you identify and then develop talents or strengths within your company?
One of the things I'm really proud of is an initiative it hasn't run for that long. We made last year, and we call it the Shadow Board. So it's we are in the leadership team. We are 3 white men in our late 40s, early 50s. So we kind of we come from the same background and so on. So we kind of think the same way. So we initiated the Shadow Board, where everyone in the company, young people, senior people, can join in. So whenever we have a subject, it could be employer branding or something like that, we reach out to everyone and say, do you want to take part of this? Some of it is gonna be in the weekend or Saturday. We will bring the pizza and beer and so on. But it will be something out of work, maybe. But you are welcome. If you want to be involved, raise your hand, and you can take part of these big discussions that we have in the company. And I think that really it works. It's difficult still. It's early days, but I like the initiative of having everyone in the company coming in and something that's really not their ball game or their job, but just be part of major decisions. Yeah, like how should we brand ourselves? How should we try to pivot towards another market, or should we do something else? So that's really an initiative that I'm proud of.
Oh, I like that. So it's a big group think. You'll get together and make some input and do some fun things. I like that. That's a great suggestion.
Yes. So normally it's like 8 or 10 people who maybe more, but we also try to keep it small so we can make decisions. But it's just, instead of only having the board and having people to go, the right way to discuss something like that, it's really, I think it fosters the openness that everyone can just raise their hand if they think something is wrong or we should do something in a different way. So I like that.
Oh, very good. Very good. All right. Our last question. Kasper, tell us a little bit about your first job.
I can't even remember what my first job was. I had like a trillion jobs. I worked at a grill, barbecue, burger joint. I was a firefighter at one point. But I think the first interesting job, a firefighter is interesting, of course, but actually was at a company called Millward Brown. I think it changed the name to Kantar now, which is doing a lot of research on marketing activities and marketing behavior and so on. And I'm old enough from the marketing world to be kind of brought up on David Ogilvy and testing two messages towards two different groups and see who's doing what. So a lot of the data from marketing and seeing how people react to different things I actually got from that first job, even though I was just interviewing a lot of people about, do you like this TV ad? Why don't you like it? And so on. So, but I think it really shaped the way I look at things, and also how I kind of teach creativity at our company and at the small school I run at on the side. So, have a hypothesis about something, test it out, two different groups, ask different people. Maybe you're wrong, maybe you're right, but it doesn't really matter, because, if you don't try something, you will definitely never learn.
Right. I like that. Well, thank you for sharing that. That sounds like it was a fun experience for you. And we'll have to hear another time about your firefighting experience. Did you get involved with that a lot, or is that just didn't have a lot of issues, didn't have to worry about it, or did you actually get into some action there?
No, not really. Not really a lot of action. It's like, I don't know how you say it in the US, but here we have like every man above 18 has to draw a number and go to the military. And then in Denmark, we have like two different. So we have the real, it's not really real, but military where you shoot, and then you can get to the other, the civil force or whatever, where you get to be a firefighter or nurse or something like that. And I picked the firefighting one. I had a really low number in my
I like that. Well,
I think I saved some horses from a farm fire at one point, but that was about it.
Well done. You saved the horses. That counts. Well, Kasper, thank you so much for joining us on the podcast today. How can people find you?
Well, of course, they can find me on LinkedIn. I'm the only one with this name, so I should be able to find. But I would prefer that they visit our website at site.agency if they want to learn more about our model. So I guess that's it.
Yeah. Fantastic. Well, again, thank you for joining us. And also thanks to all of those who are either listening or watching. If you're watching the Zoom or if you're listening to an audio, either way, we appreciate you joining us every week. And we look forward to being with you again next week. Have a great day. This is Sean Richards with the Team Engagement Podcast, where leaders of teams share their insights. For more ideas, go to teamengagementpodcast.com. We also invite you to follow or subscribe to our podcast wherever you may be listening or watching. Is your business thriving? Go to tbs-score.com to find out. Thanks for joining us today. Have a great day.